I finally bought the limited edition thesaurus that I've always wanted. When I opened it, all the pages were blank. I have no words to describe how angry I am. The great thing about stationery shops is they're always in the same place.
Hello. I have to admit I got a little bit distracted there while I was setting up a little bit. Didn't realize that the clock struck 0. Well, dang. Crazy. How's everybody doing, though? It's been a little while. It's been about a week. We're ready for some more Steins Gate 0. And what do I want for Christmas, Orville? A pony! With saddlebags full of money! Okay, I wonder... Okay, so there is one problem that I'm seeing. I don't know why I don't hear game audio. Not the world famous Psycho Bay hater? No, that's you. I think, no, you're way more famous than I am. I'm gonna try to reboot my PS5 here. I heard the Muffin Man? I mean, I know the, not just that, I know the Muffin Man. Okay, this is weird. I'm not getting any audio out of my PS4. Is this really necessary? PS4? Uh... Something weird has happened here. I'm not getting any audio. Uh... What if I... Man. She's married to... She's married to the puppet. What? What? Muffin Man is married. Okay. What are you talking about? Cutico. Muffin. Maybe it's an issue with my Elgato. Aha. Is an issue with my... There we go. Living idle, living idle, living idle turned Mayuri into Jill Vanna. No, Monokuma. No! No hayosoro, Pika. Hello. Okay. Now we have audio. We have audio now. We have audio. You can hear the Kingdom Hearts sound effects. That's what I have for my PS4 theme. So, you know, ignore it. Yeah, but yeah, okay, but yeah. Anyway, how are y'all doing? Hi, Orville. Hi, Monokuma. Hi, Pika. Ready for some more Steins Gate Zero? It's been about 15 minutes, and I'm already kind of like...
Idols mentioned. Autism activated.
You're so right, Pika! You're so right, Pika! Oh my god! You really don't want to know the context of Living Idols, though, Pika. I wish it was as cute and lovable as School Idols. Unfortunately, well, I guess it would kind of be a school idol, but of like a much more sinister sort of meaning. Let's not go into that. Let's not go into that. All right, let's go back into Steins Gate Zero, shall we? Why is this? Heck, why is it even on there? All right, Steins Gate Zero.
Boo!
We're back.
You stink!
You don't need to know the context. Your brain kicks into snow halation instantly. Oh, trust me, Pika. You'll need to. You'll trust me, Pika, when I say. Now, when you understand the context of that, you will want to hear snow halation as a soul healer. All right. Now we're back to where we left off here. Last time, we met Amadeus. You know, a computer system that has all of Kurisu's old memories. Well, memories as of, like, March of that year, so, like, definitely not the same Kurisu that he grew to, you know and love 3 months prior, but, you know, close enough, right? Okay, time to watch the rest of Past Motion. All right, sounds good, Pika. Sounds good. I imagine you're probably significantly closer if you're watching at, like... Are you watching at 1.5 times speed or, like, 2 times speed? Regardless, you must be, like, at least 30 minutes, like, further along ever since the start of the stream, because I've had some technical difficulties. Uh-oh. 1.5? Okay. Either way, you're probably at least 30 minutes further along, so you're not gonna be too far behind here. All right. You're 3/4 done with the video now? Okay, sounds good. All right then. Yeah, you should be good. You should be good. Not too long, and then you'll be able to jump back in. Okay, I do want to lock these save files here. I don't want to accidentally overwrite them. I will probably need those later in order to try to get the true ending. Assuming it's anything like the original Steins Gate. All right, now let's continue. And when we left off, we were gonna see things from Suzuha's perspective. So, let's just jump into it. Let's just jump right into it. We're here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, where we know Suzuha spends like pretty much all her time here now. Suzuha Amane was about to run out of patience. The cause was the young man in the room with her father. Rintarou Hashida, aka Daru. His massively obese body was leaning forward over a computer monitor, and he had a dopey grin on his face. He'd finally gotten up around 11 a.m., gulped down 3 cups of instant ramen, and now was surfing the internet. What? Wait, Normals Must Die P and Parthenon are husband and wife? Nobody told me about this! Oh my gosh. Parthenon! A female freelance illustrator. She primarily does illustrations for Nico Nia video and Vocalo songs and is mostly popular with young women. Vocalo instead of Vocaloid! Ha! Ha ha! OMG, it's Mochi! OMG, it's Monokuma! Normals Must IP. A Vocalo producer. 2 of his videos have exceeded over 1 million views. Popular for the unique world he builds with his lyrics. As the name suggests, many of his songs criticize normals or criticize himself for not having any friends. His songs are a source of support for viewers in similar dire straits. His songs always feature images by the same illustrator, Parthenon, and her cute illustrations are another source of popularity. Wait, his handle is Normals Must Die, but he's a normal! He's got a wife! That's not fair! I thought he was on the side of us loners! This means war. It's trolling time! Whoa! TIL, that Atchan and Tweeter are already pissed off. Tweeter? Okay, come on. Alright, Fictional. The name of a microblogging software app allows for tweets up to 140 characters in length. Okay, so this was before it was bought out by Elon Musk. Okay. Tweets from other users you follow can be viewed in a timeline, allowing for it to be used as a chat program. I missed the boat. I need to go and look at the timeline again. Dad! Yes? That's what Suzuha called her father. It's who he was, after all, so there was nothing else to call him. Suzuha was a time traveler from the year 2036, and 7 years from now, he would become her father. Stop screwing around! All you ever do is lie around and eat, or look at the internet, or play video games. I told you that nothing but instant noodles and snacks will make you sick, but that's still all you ever eat. In fact, his PC desk was covered with snacks. She cleaned it regularly, but it never seemed to make a difference. I keep telling you to exercise, but you never do! Suzuha realized she was complaining more than usual, but she had to say it anyway. At this rate, in the future... And then she realized that Rintarou wasn't even listening to her. His eyes were fixed on the computer monitor. He'd moved his mouse out of sight, but she could still hear him clicking it. Listen to me! Suzuha approached her father from behind and put the hairspray can she'd been hiding up to his neck. Rintarou seemed to think it was a gun. He stuck his hands up. Press like this worked. They worked because she told him that she'd survived the Third World War and the wars and chaos of 2036, and that she was ready to draw a gun and pull the trigger whenever she needed to. Suzuha, if you don't stop, Daddy's gonna get mad. I'm getting mad at you right now. Right, sorry. But you know about your job, right? I'm pretty busy with that. When you're as good as a hacker as I am, there are always a ton of offers. I don't have time to eat real food, right? And there's the time difference between overseas clients, so sometimes I'm like up all night. In the future, you used to say that all the time, and then Mom would always get mad at you. Even if, for the sake of argument, we can't do anything about your sleep schedule, I can't let you keep eating all this unhealthy food. You'll stop immediately. Got it? But work's hard, and so is the time machine research. I need to relax. You just use that as an excuse to slack off. You're being a spoiled brat, Dad. Suzuha was always amazed that her dad managed to survive the future's wars. But since the time machine research would affect the future and eventually Suzuha's very presence here, she couldn't tell him to stop. Even after Rintarou Okabe stopped coming to the future gadget lab, Rintarou had kept working on the time machine all by himself. Suzuha never said a word about it. If she did, it might create a time paradox. Just remember, you can't examine the time machine that came from the future to build your own. She decided to warn him again. I know that, but sometimes I lose confidence. Can I really make a time machine? Of course you can. Hang in there. Okay. Suzuha took the hairspray can off his neck. Hey, I was sure that was a gun and it wasn't! How could you trick your own dad? I'll use a real one next time, okay? Please don't. Suzuha put the can of hairspray back on the shelf. It was something Rintarou Okabe had left here when he'd lived in the lab.
Maybe we wouldn't have much trouble if some of us didn't have big meaty claws.
What did you say, punk? It was still here since its owner never came back for it. You know, in manga and video games, it's always really cute when a girl scolds her dad. Suzuha! Can you try to say, "Aw, geez, don't do that, Papa," in a really sweet voice if you can. Never mind. Her dad shrank from Suzuha's glare. Suzuha sighed loudly and dropped herself on the sofa. She leaned back against the headrest and stared at the ceiling, then closed her eyes. What's wrong? It's nothing. Can't hide it from me. What do you say it's nothing? That means I want you to listen to me, right? Big, meaty claws! Where are these claws ain't for just attracting mates! And Monaco, why are you saying 6'7"? I'm gonna 86! 6'7", more like 8'6"! If you keep that up! Come on, tell me. Daru sounded very serious. Suzu's eyes went wide for a moment, but then she realized. That was a god-tier number. It's not, though! It's not, though! It's 2 numbers, not 1! That line... What was in the girl game you were playing earlier? That was in the girl game you were playing earlier, wasn't it? That's the phrase that triggers the flag, right? I mean, most people probably know what a flag is, but hey, computer game lingo. A type of foreshadowing that means a common trope is about to occur. For example, an XXXX flag means that sometime in the future, XXXX will happen. Death flags and love flags are common examples. She'd been living here for 3 months. She was starting to learn a little about Akihabara's culture circa 2010. Only for the Polly Mochi's looks, he even has suspenders now. Monokuma. He has much more hair than I do. Dad, you better not be thinking about trying to take my route, okay? I'm not! I wouldn't do that to my own daughter! Really? I always wondered about you in the future. Huh? Even after I hit puberty, you always seem... What's that supposed to mean, Monokuma? What's that supposed to mean? Also, that, oh, the information part of the kind of strange. Why does it show up? Why? That's so strange! Looks like there's a bug I have to fix with that. Anyway. Even after I hit puberty, you always kept asking me to take baths with you. What? That's scary. No, you stink, Orville! I was in the military, and you were always working on the time machine, so we couldn't always be together. We always got hungry around me. It's honestly kind of obnoxious. Her dad looked honestly depressed, and she realized that she'd gone too far. You always said to me, you know, this is the worst world line possible. But your birth was the best thing that could have happened. I don't want her to disappoint the future, you, Dad, so I need to convince Uncle Okari no matter what. It's okay. I'll never be disappointed. So Daru and Suzuha already know about their father-daughter relationship in this timeline. Yes. I think it's, basically in the true ending, they already know. Or like, because they meet her coming back from 2036, and that basically she just informs them of everything. But yeah. So anyway. Really? Yeah. But Uncle, he just won't listen to me. He's not going back to the past like this. He won't rescue Kurisu Makise, and he won't reach Steins Gate. Steins Gate. That was the name of the mysterious world line her dad had told her about in 2036, where World War III might not occur. Leading Rintarou Okabe to that world line was her mission. But right now, it wasn't going well. Suzuha had come to 2010, and just like the mission had called for, she'd succeeded in sending Rintarou Okabe to July 28th. But then he'd failed. And he wasn't going to try again. Every time they met, she tried to convince him, but who knew if her words were having any effect? In the end, this world line will converge into the Third World War, and many people will be killed. I came here to change that. Maybe fate says that I can't. Suzuha had something else she had to do here in Akihabara in December 2010 besides convincing Rintarou Okabe, and it meant she was running around every day. The exhaustion was starting to take its toll on her. During the war, she'd been able to keep herself sharp at all times, and this level of exhaustion wouldn't have meant anything. The relaxed atmosphere of 2010 was actually making her realize how tired she was. She was feeling very sleepy right now, actually. She was surprised at how willing she was to fall asleep in such an undefended position, but she didn't think she could beat the temptation. And then suddenly she felt something extremely cold on the back of her neck. She snapped awake in an instant. Her movements after that were lightning quick. She jumped up and slid behind the massive body in front of her, which obviously belonged to Rintarou, then grabbed his arm and twisted it as she dropped him to the floor. She went to draw the gun at her hip, and her hand swiped through empty air. And then she came back to reality. Her gun was hidden. She wasn't carrying it. This wasn't 2036. Ow, 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 ow! Oh, jeez! 2 cans of Dr. P clattered to the floor. That must have been what he put on her neck. What are you doing, Dad? Getting you back! I was half asleep, so I almost killed you! What? I told you, that's how I've been trained! That could have turned out really badly for you! Fine, just let me go! This really hurts! Oh, sheesh. Suzuha let her father go. Rintarou rubbed his arm and stood up, and grabbed the cans of Dr. P off the floor. He offered one to Suzuha. Anyway, you're giving up too soon. Keep at it a little longer. I think Okarin's just tired and sleeping. Put some cold Dr. P up to his neck, like I just did, and he'll wake up. I mean, it's Okarin we're talking about. Yeah. She realized her dad was trying to cheer her up and nodded. Then she heard footsteps coming up the stairs and some slightly off-key humming. Their eyes met. Just the sound was enough to tell them who it was. Hide, Suzuha! Okie dokie. Suzuha moved fast. Maybe even faster than when she